But what if the way you think is the reason you're either thriving or struggling? Imagine two people looking at the same glass. One says it's half full, the other insists it's half empty. Then, there's the person who cuts the glass in half so it appears full, and another who simply asks, "How do I get more water?" These different views aren't just about a glass of water. They reveal how people think about life, money, and success. Some focus on what they have and how to grow it, while others dwell on what's missing, feeling stuck in a cycle of scarcity. The way you see the glass, your mindset shapes the decisions you make every single day. In this life, people think they lack resources, yet it's often not about what they don't have, but how they use what they do have. Some see only the emptiness, the limitations, the struggles, and the reasons they can't move forward. Others focus on the water they already have, using it wisely, seeking ways to refill it, and even learning how to create more. The difference isn't in the glass itself, but in how people perceive it. Life doesn't always give a full cup, but those who succeed are the ones who recognize that even half a glass is enough to start with. One day, a mighty lion appointed a tiger to distribute food among 10 wolves. On the first day, the tiger divided the meat into equal portions, keeping one for itself and giving the rest to the wolves. At first, the wolves accepted the food, but soon dissatisfaction grew. They wanted more, believing they deserved a bigger share. Eventually, they turned against the tiger, chasing it away. Confused and frustrated, the tiger went to the lion and explained what had happened. The lion listened and then told the tiger to observe how he would handle things. The next day, when it was time to distribute food, the lion divided the meat into equal parts, but this time, it kept the largest portion for itself. The wolves, desperate for more, fought each other fiercely for the remaining food. Some were injured, and others ended up with just scraps. On the following day, the lion used a different strategy. Instead of equal portions, he divided the meat into 9 uneven parts, again keeping the biggest piece for himself. The wolves, seeing the unequal portions, fought even harder. By the end of the battle, one wolf was left too weak to fight and got nothing. By the third day, the lion changed tactics again. This time, he split the food into only 2 large portions, one for himself and one for the wolves. With fewer choices, the wolves had no option but to fight to decide who would claim the single portion. After a brutal struggle, only the strongest wolf remained standing. From that moment on, the lion no longer had to deal with all the wolves. He only had to control the strongest one, who would now distribute the food as the lion desired. This story reflects how power and wealth are controlled in the real world. At first, when resources are distributed equally, people may seem content. But as desires grow and scarcity is introduced, competition begins. The wealthy, like the lion, understand how to manipulate the system, creating division, fueling competition, and ensuring that only a select few emerge victorious, while the rest remain weak and dependent. Over time, this cycle ensures that power and resources remain concentrated among the strong, while the majority are left struggling. Just like the lion eventually controlled only one powerful wolf, the rich control the financial system so that only a small elite benefits while the rest fight over what's left. The poor often stay poor because they focus on competing for scraps instead of learning how the system works. The rich get richer because they position themselves as the ones controlling the game. The real question is, will you keep fighting for leftovers, or will you learn to think like the lion and take control of your own destiny? The rich think about wealth, abundance, and opportunities, while the poor dwell on lack, loss, risk, danger, fear, failure, and limitations. Opportunities, wealth, and success don't just come to those who have more. They come to those who make the most of what they already have. The rich keep getting richer, because they take what's in their glass and use it to create more. They invest, learn, and take calculated risks, while others hold back, fearing loss and waiting for the glass to be full before taking action. But waiting often leads to nothing.